Brian McKnight, the legend. Welcome to Top Billing.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us.
No problem.
You've been to SA before. You have many devoted fans. What brings you back?
They brought me back. You know, on Twitter, you know, constantly, when are you coming back to South Africa? When are you coming back? And I tell people that the way concerts work, the artist just doesn't show up and a concert materializes. The promoters have to bring you. And they spoke, and the promoters brought me, and I'm here.
Love has been a theme throughout your career, but romantic love is very different for the love that you feel when you have a child. Having your own children, did that affect the way that you write your lyrical content?
Maybe not the content, but it definitely made me more aware of that kind of love that is different than the love that you may be looking for from a significant other. Absolutely. And as they've grown up, it's definitely changed my view on a lot of different things. Because once you need to be responsible and not just out there doing whatever because people are depending on you, it changes everything.
Are you a hopeless romantic?
I've always thought that women want a guy who's a guy, but can go there when he needs to. And that's kind of the guy that I am. I know when it's time to be romantic, and the rest of the time I'm being a guy. Because girls like guys. I'm not necessarily the flowers guy when I need to be, but once a week now, when it's least expected, I think. And I think that's when it's not contrived, when it's actually real.
I must admit that she's a 10, that she didn't tell you about way back when she's my girl. She used to be my girl.
Is Brian the singer-songwriter different to Brian the dad? Or is it a case of what you see is what you get?
Most of my friends, even though they know what I do, they're surprised when they come to a concert. They have to be reminded, because I turn it off when I'm not having to be that. And that's kind of the way I've always been. Some people, particularly comedian friends of mine or actor friends of mine, they find it difficult to they have to always be funny. They have to always be, I'm not constantly singing or constantly doing anything, you know. Usually I'm just being a regular guy, and then when it's time to go to work, I go to work. So I'm not sure if there's a difference in here, but out here, there's definitely a difference.
I believe that your music is incredibly authentic. Do you think that's why people relate to it so much?
I think that if I knew the answer to that question, I'd bottle it and I'd sell it to people. I'd like to believe that that's part of it. I think the other side of it is that the people can recognize when something is up here, and if it stays up here. And I've never tried to fluctuate that, and I'm proud of that. Whether it was a hit or not, I've always tried to create music on a very, very high level.
I know that you played basketball once upon a time, so I wanted to find out whether or not you've still got some skills.
I can shoot 90% from the three-point line.
Oh, that's impressive.
So I don't, tricks, I just worked on my J, you know. In the Pro-Am this year, I think I shot in games about 67% from the NBA three. So what do you know about that? Ah, yeah.
There you go. I'm impressed.
Yeah. So maybe one day I'll teach you how to shoot the proper jump shot.
Brian, thank you so much for joining us. Enjoy the rest of South Africa.
You're very welcome.
The beaming Mr. McKnight has a new woman in his life. Her name is Leilani Malia, and he's credited her as the muse for his new album, Better. Best of all, that album will be released early next year.